Well, hello there. It's Monday night, and we're back with another exciting episode for SRQ PokeVets. And boy, do we have a great episode for tonight. I'm excited to talk about SLC Top 8. Oh my god. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jacob. And so I would gladly like to say we were right. Brisbane was not an omen of things to come. Well, yes and no it was, because RCS is still all over the fucking place. But there Salt Lake City had a lot of good games, a lot of, like, you and me watched the stream together when we were at our normal Saturday Pokemon. There were so many good games on stream this weekend. Even some drama in both the TCG and the VGC side, which we'll get to later.
Oh yeah.
But before that, results, baby. Oh, it's so nice to see Pokemon back in the US. 600. Let me pull up. If I remember correctly, 627 players.
Yeah, I thought it was like 640.
Still 630. Let's just say 630 for medium's sake.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's huge for a first one back in the States.
Oh yeah, and I'm hoping those numbers stay up there. But I know SLC is probably going to be the biggest one. And everyone was just excited to get back into it, and I'm sure the numbers will slowly dwindle down as time goes on, because all the pro players can't top at these regionals because they already have regional wins, so there's no point of them topping because they can't get points. So
yeah, that's the real awkward thing about this season is like, I don't think we're gonna truly get major regionals again until next season, just because, COVID kind of fucked everything up.
Yeah, 100%. Because they can't get stipends, they can't get travel paid by Pokemon, they can't get anything. I mean, they already got their, like, just for example, Jose already got his 6 regional wins. So if he would have topped at SLC, I mean, what's the point? He's not going to get points. I mean,
exactly.
He's already got Worlds. He's going to Worlds. He's going to London.
Yeah.
It's that too. That is confirmed. Worlds 2022, August. This year, held in London. Don't know why it's being held in London. Sure, that's going to change.
Wasn't that the original venue before COVID happened?
Yes, and they took away Europe's play earlier in the year, or late last year, earlier this year, and now they're slowly giving it back to them. Yep. But with everything going on over in Russia and Ukraine, I know that's still kind of a good distance away. I was still skeptical about going over there. Like, hey, there's still a good chance that they could just be like, we can fire a missile at London and we can take them by storm.
Yep.
I mean that. But anyway.
So before getting into the actual results, there's two games in specifically that I kind of want to go over that were streamed. That, and coincidentally, they're right next to each other. The round 4 and round 5, because we both watched this together. Round 4, which is the first streamed round. Rahul Reddy playing Arceus Inteleon against John Foster, Mew VMAX. Also, so this was confirmed because there was some disagreement between us and a few other players. Rahul did win this round. It was not a tie. Rahul did win. But the reason I bring it up, and I don't blame John at all. I think he's a new Masters player, but he misplayed twice on stream, and I feel bad for the kid. He fucked up twice.
Not as bad as fucking up when you got Greninja Break in your lap and
my
get caught on stream.
Okay, well, I was not playing during this time, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, he was playing Greninja Break, and he was told to stand up on stream, and Greninja Break fell out of his lap because he was DQ'd on live stream. It was great.
So, reflecting the sentiment I sent in our team group chat, play stupid games and win stupid prizes.
Exactly, and we'll get to that comment soon.
Yes, but for those who didn't watch the stream, first of all, go back and watch the streams. These games were fantastic.
And if you don't know where to watch them, you can go to PocketCasts.com or PTCGstats.com, and you can actually scroll down to the bottom of day 1 or day 2, and the streams for each match are there.
Yep. So the reason I bring up John is because I think it's just nerves. Literally the first match streamed in the first regional in almost 2 years. I don't fault him for it. I think he got warning for the first infraction, which, if I remember correctly, was I think he drew too many cards with his Genesect and got a warning as a result. And then right before the game ended, he did the exact same thing, essentially.
Yep.
Except he caught himself, looked at Rahul, and was like, "Oh no!" I looked, and Rahul's like, "Whatever," and Rahul got the game. So I don't know if that was a direct result or whatever. The other one, round 5, this one pissed me off because it's Rapid Strike Malamar. Oh my god, this man needed 9 Rapid Strike cards to get the knockout and win one of the games. And he somehow got it.
Cheating.
I don't know about cheating, but because it wasn't a certain somebody we'll talk about later. But oh my god, that was just annoying for me to watch because I personally hate Rapid Strike Malamar. I never thought it was a good deck, but what do I know? All right, so let's move on to day 2, top 8, top 73. That number's important, and discuss what we see, what we think. So let's look at the first glaring issue. Ryan, is Mew dead?
So let's go back to previous streams. For our previous stream when we were talking about the first regional last week.
Yep.
We saw a trend. And we were not happy about this trend.
No, we were not.
Because it was, hey, let's all play fucking Mew VMAX. And like, if there was a pie chart that said, hey, look at how many people played Mew VMAX at this regional, and I'm sure there is one somewhere.
There is Zapdos TCG.
I probably didn't see it, but I'm sure it was like 70% or higher people were playing Mew VMAX at Oceania. I mean, there was only 150 people there. But
I don't think it was that high, but I would not be surprised if it was a lot.
So we're talking about how many people? 630?
627.
Yeah. Okay. So 627 people. Um, there is a pie chart that I saw,
Yep.
and 43.3%, I think, was the total number of players playing Mew VMAX. And I was just like, oh my god, here we go again.
Yep.
But ladies and gentlemen, not one Mew VMAX got in the top 8, and I am so fucking happy. Let's get a round of applause to those players that
Oh
played
my.
Dark and bullied Mew out of top 8. The first Mew VMAX you see on the top 73 list is 10th place. And boy, was I happy to see that.
I
But
will say respect to Caleb for getting through this mountain of bullying
oh
that
yeah,
was this day too.
because I mean the next one after that's 15th, the next one after that's 22nd. I mean, you're going through so much bullying. I mean,
Yep.
it's just straight, but what this is what I expected
Yeah.
from the first US one, because I was thinking that last week was going to set a trend for this one, that this one was going to be dark heavy, and it was, because
Oh
everyone was
yes.
like, oh yeah, everyone's going to play Mew because Mew just won freaking Oceania, and of course Mew's best deck in format. There's no
Yeah.
questions, there's no doubts, no nothing. It draw support best, energy acceleration best, attack wise best. I mean, their free retreat. I mean, you just can't beat it. I mean, it, the only way to shut that deck down is path and crushing hammers and fan. I mean,
Or dark.
but that's why everyone was like, you know what, dark path.
Yep.
That's what we need. We need to shut Mew down. So now I'm so hoping that next regional that we see,
This weekend, by the way.
yeah, is gonna be a little bit more diverse, because now that this is dark heavy, you're gonna see probably fighting heavy, because this is dark, this is water, and this is electric heavy.
Yeah. And what type eats all those three
Exactly.
together? Fighting.
Exactly. And that's why I I wish someone would just make a list for me so I can copy, because I want to play my baby. And all y'all making lists just suck, because I've tried them and they don't work.
What
Make
list
me
are
a
you talking
good
about, dude?
make me a good Zard list, man.
Oh my. Okay. So before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I would just like to say I agree. Mew is absolutely still best deck in the game. It just got heavily bullied. Like so much, in fact, that's not even funny. I think Mew is a good day one deck because day one is when you see all the memes, all of the decks trying to like get ahead or trying to try new things to see if they have like that secret rogue deck. Like this is the one weekend where it'll do well, etc., etc. Um,
When we all thought we were gonna play Venusaur Celebi GX on 420 weekend Daytona, we were all gonna play Life Herb, and then just a dead silence at one point in the regional, and you just hear someone in the back yell, "Life Herb!"
oh
And I'm like,
my god,
420 blazing.
yes, but
Shut up, you're
I
losing.
do think I do think we're going to see more as time goes on.
Oh, yeah.
I think we'll see more new Mimi decks. I mean, look at first place. It's only the two of the best decks just thrown together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's there's a lot of potential for decks now just because of Arceus. I mean, one of the guy. I mean, I'm looking at his deck right now, and he placed 33rd, and he posted it on Verbank last night, and that's Nick Robinson. Arceus V-Star Inteleon with Gyarados VMAX. He
Oh my
said,
god.
why did I play Gyarados VMAX? Because I fucking can. And I was like, good for you, man. You know what? Good for you. You
I mean,
know,
you're talking to a guy who, in this past weekend at our regionals, or at our locals, threw together fucking Centiskorch and did well.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
I mean, it's like, play what you want to play. Don't give in to this fucking stupid Mew VMAX Genesect, but now everyone's gonna be fucking buying out Gengars. So if you need Gengars, you need Arceuses, and you need fucking other shit like Houndooms and stuff, you better
I
fucking
mean,
buy it
not gonna
before
lie,
they
I'm now tempted to build Gengar if I'm being real with you, Chief.
Well, you need to fucking buy them right now before they fucking jump up in price.
I mean, I'm also waiting for the RCSs to go down when the box comes out.
Gengar V are still sitting at $4.59, but the VMAX are sitting at $23.12. Unless you want the Altart and you're paying $100.
I mean, that's about how much I spent when I bought my Umbreons. So, anyway, moving on. So like we said, first of all, congratulations to Andrew Kennett, the winner of the Salt Lake City regional with Arceus V-Star Gengar VMAX. I'm assuming he just ran a literal crap ton of. I think it's just a. I don't know if there's Houndooms in this deck because the deck list is not listed. But actually, let me see if I can. But anyway, like Bibero, I think this deck is really good. I think it still will be good. I mean, it's Gengar and Arceus, two of the best decks thrown together. I don't know what else I can really say. But moving on to second, you and me briefly talked about this off recording. Were we wrong about Suicune Ludicolo? Because that's second place.
So here's my thing on it. So I will stay true to my word that I will oh man, his list isn't posted. Damn.
Finnegan? Or are
First
you
place.
talking about Andrew?
Andrew.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it's not because I'm looking at the Suicune list and
well, I'm looking at Limitless as well.
yeah.
I'm not seeing if they had it on there at all.
Nope.
Because I have
Unfortunately not.
Anyway, so Suicune, you know, I just have not been a fan of the Ludicolo line because you already got the fucking 4-4-2 line.
Yep.
And then you got another 3-2 line.
Yep.
I mean, you have so many Pokemon in there that you don't need. Like, I mean, you prize the Ludicolo, what are you gonna do? I mean,
that's right. He runs too.
I know. Well, I mean, you prize both of them, you're kind of screwed. Because if you need that extra 100 to knock anything out, you're kind of screwed.
True. Although I will say, this is a very interesting list. Looking at it, Standard, no quick shootings. A 4 line of cross switchers of all cards. 1 Ultra Ball. 1 Cape. 1 Choice Belt. Very interesting list. Still, congrats. Can't really say much about it. That's really weird to me.
Yeah, that's really not gonna lie.
Yeah. Moving on to third, Zachary Cooper playing Gengar Pats.
He lynched his competition.
Yep.
His last name's Lynch.
Yeah, I thank you, Ryan.
Got it.
Gengar Pass in third, Zachary Cooper. Not much else to say about that one. I mean, Gengar Path is still going to be a very good deck, like we said. Nick Moffitt in fourth with Arceus Dark Box, I guess we're calling this deck now. Inteleon with the baby Galarian Moltres.
Yeah.
Ian Robb in fifth with the essentially same deck. Gabriel Smart in sixth with Paths. Xander Pero in seventh with Arceus, V-Star, Inteleon. Still don't like this deck. I stand by that. You can anyone can fight me on that. And then
our controversial talk of the night. One of the controversial talks of the night.
Okay, yeah. So I was about to say, let me put an asterisk on eighth. Andre Chison with Jolteon. First, congrats, my dude. Like Jolteon. This is another thing I want to say before we get to the whole controversy of this weekend. I expected decks like Jolteon to die after Brilliant Stars, but nobody's playing Manaphy at all. Which is still very surprising to me.
Which is really fucking stupid.
So, I mean, until people start making... I think people might start teching in Manaphy's now that Jolteon and kind of briefly, if we scroll down a little bit, there's a few Rapid Strike Urshifus in these Arceus decks. So we might start seeing Manaphy more often. But yeah, just a little observation. But speaking of Andre, so remember how I said there was top 73? In reality, there was 74. Because the original 8th place, the man who bubbled in and knocked out Andre initially, a Mr. Andrew Munoz,
or as some other
up.
people know him, Hey Fonte.
I've never heard that before, but that's still funny to me. So, for those who did not hear, Andrew was disqualified before top 8.
Or he posted on Hey Fonte, sorry.
Say what?
He posted on Hey Fonte, not he is Hey Fonte.
Oh, okay. So, for those who don't know, he was disqualified right before top 8 because 8 or 9 of his Dragon Shields were very clearly bent. And he was disqualified for marked sleeves or intention of marked sleeves. Now, you can read his like Ryan said, his whole explanations on Hey Fonte. If you go, it has his match results. It has what he says. As I briefly said to Ryan, I think he's full of it. I think he's full of shit. I absolutely think he cheated. Because if it was 1 or 2 cards, okay, whatever. And yes, as Ryan pointed out, and as someone who also plays and loves Dragon Shields, they do bend. But 8 or 9 cards over the span of 2 days, that's suspicious. That's extremely suspicious.
And Andrew then, in his post, near the end of his little rant, pro tip, avoid the purple Dragon Shield matte anti-glare. Alright, here's my little rant about Dragon Shields. Dragon Shields do bend easy. Dragon Shields I do not recommend to players.
I do.
But here's the thing. I'm a really rough shuffler. I'm
Yep.
So if you're gonna get sleeves and you're a rough shuffler, I really, really recommend katanas. but that's just me. But if you're going to a regional and you know that you get deck checked, you know you get rule sharked, you know that any little thing could pop up that could hinder your likelihood of continuing or you getting disqualified or something. One thing that you should check after every round is your fucking sleeves. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I know I'm not going to make top 8. Like, shit. But I'm still going to check my sleeves after every round. If I notice a bend, I'm changing it. If I notice a fucking rip, I'm changing it.
Yep.
You know, if I'm shuffling mid-game and my bag's sitting right next to me and I notice my sleeves are right on top, you know, I'll take them out and I'll stack them right next to me on the table. I'll be like, hey, if my sleeves rip, I'll just change them out right now, like, so you can see that I'm changing them. Or I'll change them out right after the game, you know, unless a judge physically tells me change that sleeve right now. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, but but like you said, 8 and 9 sleeves before top 8, like it's really, really suspicious. Like, you're not, because Clayton, this happened to Clayton. Clayton actually called a judge over and said, "Hey, this dude's sleeves are bent in a way he knows what he's needing, because he was able to get the supporters or whatever he needed because he bent the corners certain ways." And the judge was like, okay, let me bring this to the head judge. And apparently the head judge was friends with this guy. And the guy was like, nah, it's okay. And I was like, that's really fucked up. And I really wanted to be like, hey, Daryl. But Daryl was in charge of the juniors, so he couldn't really do anything.
I have heard this story before.
Yeah, we've said this story in the past, but
Yep.
but I mean, it's just like, you can't really overrule a head judge. I mean, you can, but it's a pain in the ass to do. But
I will also say that a thing that like proves your point even more is says he says it himself. He bought the sleeves the morning of, so there is no reason in between, even before top 8, that he couldn't have changed them.
exactly, that's why I'm saying, if you bought those the morning of and you're going in top 8, you my ass would be like, all right, cool, I'm going top 8. We got an hour. All right, cool. I'm going buy new sleeves. I'm re-sleeving this whole thing.
Yep.
I'll get new sleeves. Like, I'll get a new color and everything. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not chancing anything. I'm not letting anybody try to rule shark me. You know, I've literally never had a judge call on me during the 2 regionals that I've gone to in Daytona. I've called judges on people, but I've never had a judge call on me. Because
I wish I could say the same, but I think I've told this story on the podcast before. So
yeah, but anyway, so
that's our top 8, plus some controversy. But before we move on to, there's actually a little bit more controversy with this event for the other side, in the video game side. I kind of want to go over some of these, the funny meme weird decks that kind of did very well. 9th place, Charlie Lockyer, Arceus with Flygon and Sandaconda.
Yep.
This deck was so fucking funny.
It was really funny to see on stream, because from far away, I thought it was freaking Stonejower.
Yeah, we were all talking about that.
But I mean, I could care less about Mew VMAX. Malamar Rapid Strike, I don't care about. Don't
Although
care
I
about
will give him credit, Gabe was the highest Malamar player of the weekend.
Yep.
More of the same, like moving down, more Galarian Bird Box, more Atelia. 18th place, Braden Elford.
Oh yeah.
And Mikey St. Augustine, right next to each other. Arceus with Malamar VMAX.
Yes.
Oh my god, I feel like this deck must have been so infuriating to play against.
It sounds like a hell of a good time.
Because if you don't get ahead in this matchup, you are just bullied, and it is not fun.
Yep.
The moving on. Hey, look at 33rd.
Yeah.
Nick,
Gyarados. And then
Nick Robinson with Arceus Gyarados. I mean, it works. Like, I don't know what else to really say there.
yeah,
I just
if you click the notes on that, it says yes, I did play Gyarados VMAX in my deck. Why? Because I'm cracked and can play what I want. 33rd place SLC regionals. I mean, he only played a 1-1 line of it, but
it still counts.
yeah. But
if you need a bigger, beefier boy, that's what you do.
But I mean, if we scroll down a little bit and we can go to your 41st place.
See, this is what I think. This deck, I think we're going to see a lot more moving forward, but as a more refined deck, and that's Arceus with Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX and Galarian Moltres. This deck has literally one of everything, and I think this deck could be very good moving forward. I think a more refined list just needs to be made.
I think the one that we're gonna see a little bit more of is 46th for Jared Waltala. Arceus
The Flygon deck?
Flygon.
Interesting.
With B drill, bro.
Yeah, no, I could absolutely see that. Hey, nice.
And another record shipping.
And then Holy Muse.
Mew.
Hey, wait. Hey, local guy I used to play with all the time, Aaron Rucker in 54th with Rapid Strike Malamar. Good for him.
Good job, Aaron.
Played with him all the time in Waterford, in the Orlando area when I lived out there. Really great guy. Happy to see he did well.
Aaron, I remember we played that in top 8, that cup. And I remember the disappointed look on your face when you realized that I beat you and I'm a nobody.
Oof. Yeah. The last thing of note is 64th. Eternatus. You will never die. So I really wish Ming Wang, whatever, the guy who piloted this deck, posted the deck list, because I'm curious what he did to deal, because like Mew should have been a cakewalk. The issue would have been pretty much everything else. So that one, maybe Eternatus is making a...
Eternatus' attack is per your bench Pokemon, correct?
Yeah, no, in play. It counts itself.
Okay, well, okay, so per your Pokemon.
Well, pulling it up right now. Dread End. This attack does 30 damage for each of your dark Pokemon in play.
Got it. So 8, 9, so you're doing 270. So with Choice Belt, you're doing 300.
Eternatus making a comeback?
No. I don't know why people are still playing this deck.
Don't say that too loud. Brandon will get angry.
No, he won't. Path shuts down the ability. Your Pokemon go away. I mean, like, there's no coming back from it if you can't recover the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't get the Pokemon on your bench, you're not hitting high numbers, and you can't come back from it. Like, unless you're playing against Mew or some other Pokemon that's weak to Dark, you're not hitting high numbers, and you're probably going to lose.
True.
But anyway, that's top 73 3.
So I am curious if we will see Mr. Munoz at Secaucus, or actually no, Indy. Indy's the next North American regional, and see if we have a repeat of history or if he learns his lesson. We'll find out because he got disqualified from the event, but there was no other further punishment.
Wait, when's Indy?
Indy, my good friend is. Give me 1 second.
Weekend before Secaucus, right?
No, I believe it is the first weekend of May, so a few weeks before. If Pokemon would just load, that would be fantastic. Okay, that's oh wait, there we go. Regional championships. Yes. So Indianapolis is May 6th through the 8th. So we got a while. And then Secaucus is that last weekend in May.
Because this weekend was supposed to be Orlando.
No, next weekend.
Was it? No, it was this weekend coming up.
No, next. It was the 1st to the 3rd.
Oh.
That's next weekend.
Got it.
The regional events this upcoming weekend is Liverpool in the UK. So another interesting thing to see how the meta and everything will adapt. Who knows? I don't think we really need to go much into predictions for Liverpool. I think we'll see more of the same for this, honestly.
Yeah, Mew and Dark. That's all I predict.
Yeah, I really don't.
The UK will probably mimic a lot of what Oceania was, but at the same time, I know a lot of Europe plays kind of mimic US play, so since SLC just happened, they're probably like, oh shit, Dark. Since I'm trying to go to Worlds, let me try fighting. Because it's so dark heavy, or I still think it's going to be Mew heavy, dark heavy, and maybe they'll start throwing in some fighting, but who knows?
Yep, I agree. So let's talk about the other controversy that happened this past week or this past weekend on the video game side. Did not know about this until our
10 minutes before we started this.
Yeah, literally 10 minutes. Until our friend Carlin posted it in our local group chat. Shout out to him. So over the weekend, there was a video game player that was escorted out by police. This is the first regional back and people can't stop doing stupid shit. So for those who didn't know, according to multiple eyewitnesses, a Pokemon video game competition player attempted to enter the venue without being fully vaccinated, which, as we all know, is required. They were denied entry, but the player came back and tried to bribe one of the members of staff. He said he would give them $50 to let them play without a vaccination. Little did they know, the staff member they talked to was a member of Pokemon, of the Pokemon. They were instantly booted out and warned to stay away. They then, in their infinite wisdom, snuck in. They were caught due to the fact that they did have a wristband, which is required to get in which is required to get in. And were escorted out by security. They called the police on him, and apparently the unvaccinated competitor also ran away from the police because, of course.
Yeah. And then his round 2 opponent, Kyle Gottlob, posted on Twitter, "Man, today was crazy day. It started off with my round 2 opponent getting hauled out mid-game by cops."
That is so funny to me. Oh Lord. So, um, as I posted in our group chat, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I am of the opinion that if you don't if you don't want to play, or you do not like uh the COVID policies, that's fine. That is totally fine. I understand.
Don't show up at events and don't sign up for events if you don't like the COVID policies.
Exactly. Like,
if you're listening.
like, exactly. If you like, it's how I don't know how these people are like this stupid, but as I like to say, don't cry for the stupid. You'll be crying all day. And that pretty much wraps up all of the fun drama, the fun escapades of the first and North American regional towards towards in North America for Pokemon. I would personally say really successful first weekend, honestly.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, uh it I'm hoping, like I said, the numbers stay big, because I don't want to see the numbers dwindle.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm just really excited to get up to Secaucus and do our thing.
Yep. And as I unfortunately said, I may not be able to go because money.
Fuck.
And also MegaCon's that same weekend and decisions. Anyway. I think besides that, I think we are good to wrap this up and move on to the cooldown. I do have something cool outside of Pokemon that I really want to talk about.
Okay.
So as I've said before, I am a I think I've said this before, but I am a massive anime nerd. Like, it is in the description of part of the description of the podcast for a reason. If you have not seen it, and Ryan, this is towards you too. If you have not seen Jujutsu Kaisen 0, the new movie, I cannot recommend it more. Very solid movie, very good pacing, great action, great animation, what you would expect from Mappa and Jujutsu Kaisen. Great world building. We get to see the everyone's favorite white-haired blind man in all of his glory. I said blind-eyed white man, didn't I?
Maybe.
Blindfolded white-haired man. Jesus Christ. I need to be way more specific about this.
You need to go to bed.
Shut up.
Words.
Yes, though they're hard. But I highly recommend seeing it. It also, as someone who watched the anime as it came out, it really made me want to go and read the manga. I actually started reading the actual thing from the beginning before we got on call to start recording. So I got a nice little read for the next couple days. Ryan, do you got anything?
I just bought Elden Ring, so
oh no,
I'm just gonna try that out. I'm probably gonna get sucked into it.
I mean, if it's anything like No Man's Sky, we might not have an episode next week.
Dude, I have like 175 hours on that game.
That doesn't change what I said. We may not have an episode next week because you'll be playing. Oh my god.
But no, we definitely will, because with regionals still going on and shit. I mean, we're still gonna definitely have episodes, but
yeah, and hopefully next week we can start convincing some of our friends to stop being lazy and actually get on.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Steven said he wanted to talk to get on and talk with us. So I'm like, oh, so that's good. And so hopefully we get some guests on. Maybe you know what I just thought of that we could have maybe done?
What?
We should have asked Jose.
Hmm.
I didn't think about it till literally just now.
I'll ask him, see if he's ever available.
Yeah, just get a we can get a tournament report from him next week. Get his perspective on a lot of things as someone who is a lot more well known and better than both of us.
Yeah, and maybe it'll get us some viewers.
Yeah. Hey, slowly but surely, my friend, slowly but surely.
But yeah, besides Elden Ring, I mean, no, and nothing really new in my life. I mean, we added a new member to the team. Well, to the group, I should say, not the team. So she wants a mat. So
Look what you've done.
I know. Well, no, she wants a mat, and I don't know what to get her. But then she told us her nickname, and then it opened up a door, and it's not getting closed until I can think of a really, really, really good.
Is that why her name is what it is in our group chat?
Yeah, that's what she said her nickname is. Yeah.
I have many questions for Carlin if that's what her nickname is.
Yeah. Well,
like I said, I have many questions for our boy Carlin because of that.
I would say she wears the pants in that aspect.
Apparently.
But no, yeah, she just openly said it at Diggs, and I was like, all right. I got some ideas brewing up in the old noggin now.
All right. Well, before this devolves any further, I think this is a good time to sign off for the night. For your two boys here at SRQ PokeVets, this has been Jacob.
And ya boy, Orion.
And we will see you all same time, same place next week. Peace.
Deuces.